Good evening. I would like to welcome members in attendance today to the 59th Annual Membership Meeting of Tri-County Communications Cooperative. The 2023 Annual Meeting is being hosted virtually, and members will also be able to listen to their annual meeting by phone. As allowed by the cooperative bylaws, we will host electronic voting on agenda items typically voted on at the annual meeting. I have been informed we do have a quorum. I will now call on Cheryl Rui to acknowledge the Board of Directors, staff, nominating committee, and nominated candidates. Cheryl?
Thank you, Russ. Again, good evening and welcome to our 59th annual meeting. I want to extend a warm, I'm sorry, I got to back up here. I'm a little ahead of myself, folks, sorry. It's been one of those days. All right, here we go. Welcome to the Tri-County Communications Cooperative 59th annual meeting. I'd like to acknowledge our current board members, Russ Carlisle, representing the Oliva-Strum District, Robert Adi Becker, the Independence District, Tom Goller, Galesville, Ettrick, Trempealeau, Centerville, Christine Howard, Arcadia, Aaron Kidd, Elma Center, Maryland, Hickston, Taylor, Blair, Lynn Nelson, Pigeon Falls, Northfield, Pleasantville, and Whitehall, and Kathy Sieg, Osseo Fairchild. Attorney Dustin Von Ruding is joining the meeting today to take minutes and will be called upon to give election results a little later. TCC has a fantastic, dedicated team of professionals serving you at TCC. They are critical to the delivery of broadband services and related infrastructure. Specifically, these workers are aiding in healthcare systems, providers for telemedicine, allowing employees and businesses to operate remotely, securing and servicing networks, enabling e-commerce, virtual learning, and otherwise enabling our members to have access to an endless supply of knowledge and information. I can't thank them enough for what they do, what is necessary to keep our members connected. Seriously, I could not ask for a better team. We hear many great things from our members after we've had installations or you've had conversations with our customer service, and we really appreciate that feedback. And it's always nice to hear good things. This year we have elections in the Oliva-Strum District and the Independence District. The nominating committee met on Wednesday, February 8th. Russ Carlisle and Gary Gibson were nominated to be placed on the Oliva-Strum ballot. Robert Adi Becker and Robert Bob Gunderson were nominated to be placed on the Independence ballot. Pursuant to the provisions of the bylaws, 25 or more members may make other nominations in writing over their signatures not less than 25 days prior to the meeting of the membership. There were no further nominations. On March 13th, 2023, the ballots were mailed from Survey and Ballot, and electronic voting began. Voting closed on Monday, March 27th, 2023. The nominating committee met via conference call at 4 p.m. this afternoon to review the results of the election as provided by Survey and Ballot. I would also like to thank our nominating committee for their service: Vernon Back, Carol Bjorklund, Beverly Caldwell, Randy Glaunert, Haroldine Ramel, Robert Smith, and Ernie Vold.
Thanks, Cheryl. I'll keep Cheryl in the spotlight. I will now ask her to verify the proof of mailing of annual meeting notice. Cheryl.
The mailing of the ballots were sent out on March 13th through Survey and Ballot for both electronic and voting by mail. And again, the voting closed on March 27th, 2023.
Okay, thank you. Minutes of the 2022 meeting. The minutes of the 2022 annual meeting have been provided to you with the meeting notice sent to each member and can be found in the resource section on the lower left of your screen. We will now open the polls for voting on the approval of the 2022 meeting minutes. Please vote now. The results are in and the ayes have it. The 2022 meeting minutes are approved. We will next have the financial report. At this time, I will call on Christian Carroll, our Chief Financial Officer, to present the financial report of the cooperative. Kristen.
Good evening. I would like to thank our members for participating in the annual meeting and taking an active role in your cooperative. I will be reviewing the 2022 financial statements with you. For those of you participating virtually, please click the resources button in the upper left of your screen to view the list of documents, then click on the document you wish to open. The financial statements are also printed in the annual report, which will be included with your May 2023 billing statement. If you receive your bill electronically, you will need to log into SmartHub and click the link for bill inserts to access the annual report. Once you've received the annual report and have had time to review the information, should you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at any time. Beginning with the consolidated balance sheet, total assets, liabilities, and members' equity are listed at $57.4 million. TCC had over $4 million in plant additions and upgrades in 2022, which included continued deployment of fiber optics, electronics, and equipment to several communities and businesses throughout our serving areas, including our new expansion areas. In April of 2021, TCC was awarded Wisconsin Public Service Commission broadband grant funds for the expansion of our fiber broadband network into the town of Drammen in Eau Claire County and a small section of Newcomb Valley near Arcadia in Trumpeau County. In November of 2021, TCC was also awarded American Rescue Plan Act broadband grant funds for the expansion of our fiber broadband network into the town of Naples in Buffalo County and the town of Alma in Jackson County. In July of 2022, TCC was awarded Wisconsin Public Service Commission broadband grant funds for the expansion of our fiber broadband network into the town of Pleasant Valley in Eau Claire County. As of the end of 2022, the town of Drammen and Newcomb Valley projects are complete. All major construction has been completed for the town of Naples, along with a good start in the town of Alma. Work will begin in the town of Pleasant Valley in 2023. The grants TCC has been awarded cover nearly 1,000 residential and business locations. To date, we have connected 245 new members in the completed expansion areas. The broadband grants enable providers like us to provide reliable broadband service to those that are unserved or underserved. As of the beginning of 2023, TCC has received $1.7 million of these grant funds, which are recorded as deferred revenue and will be amortized over the life of the fiber and electronics placed in our grant expansion areas to help offset the increased depreciation expense. Along with the new expansion, we also continue to replace and upgrade obsolete electronics and equipment, strengthening and improving our vital broadband network. Continued enhancements of our infrastructure allow our members to obtain today's bandwidth-intensive applications, along with foresight for the future. The combined assets of our property, plant, and equipment, less depreciation, totaled $22.8 million. Our broadband network supports smart rural communities. which utilize a wide range of applications, enabling consumers, businesses, government, medical, and educational institutions in our rural areas to compete in a global economy. TCC provides broadband services to 94% of our 9,285 members. With all of that activity, your cooperative remains in an excellent cash position of over $8 million. Members' equity is $53.2 million, of which $18.6 million is patronage capital. The patronage capital represents the amount of capital the members have earned as capital credits. Last November, your board of directors took action to refund $1.1 million in capital credits to its members. $450,000 of capital credits to its members that were earned in the telephone division, $150,000 to members that were earned in the cable TV division, and $500,000 to its members that were earned in the internet division. Credits were issued on the bills of all active members who received their portion of the capital credit retirement. Moving to our consolidated statement of operations, you will see our total operating revenues for 2022 exceeded $18.2 million. TCC had a 7% increase in internet service revenues in 2022. We have seen 621 new internet subscribers since December of 2021. This type of growth reinforces the need to strengthen and maintain our vital broadband network. Operating expenses were up approximately $800,000 for 2022 at $15.9 million. TCC had increased plant-specific expenses in 2022 due to supply chain issues, product availability, and increased labor for our broadband expansion projects. In 2022, the cost of video programming topped $4.2 million, which makes up 27% of our total operating expenses. 82% of our total operating expenses are plant-related. After all operating expenses have been deducted, our net consolidated operating margins are $2,379,000. In addition to our operating margins, we have over $3.5 million of other income from interest earned on investments and cellular partnership distributions. The cellular distributions received from Verizon RSA-6 totaled just over $3.5 million in 2022. Our margins before income taxes are $5.8 million, subtracting out our income taxes of $954,000, leaving us with net consolidated margins for 2022 of $4,926,718. If you have any questions after you've had a chance to review the financial reports, please feel free to contact me at our Strum office. Thank you.
Thanks, Christian. We will now open the polls for voting on the approval of the financial report as presented. Please vote now. The results are in and the ayes have it. At this time, I will call on Cheryl Rulli, our CEO, to present the cooperative report. Cheryl.
Thank you, Russ. Again, good evening and welcome to our 59th annual meeting. I want to extend a warm welcome to all members and thank our new members for joining us and participating in the annual meeting for their first time. We have 478 registered members participating in the annual meeting, either virtually or in the call-in option. The virtual annual meeting has given us the opportunity to reach a broader audience of our membership. As a reminder, those of you who have joined us virtually or have called in will receive a $25 bill credit for an attendance gift, and it would show up on your May 1st billing statement. Our membership grew by 495 or nearly 6%, ending the year 9,285 members strong. In 2022, we ended the year with 15,075 revenue generating units, of which were 2,852 voice units, 3,582 cable TV units, and 8,641 internet units. Due to the shift from traditional cable TV to video streaming, we have seen over a 5% decline in cable TV customers as people migrate to other platforms to view their video content. As a result, the growth in internet subscribers has grown by 622 or 7.7%. Over the years, we have seen cable TV programming prices continuing to rise, even more than the Consumer Price Index. Cable TV rates for 2023 increased accordingly at $7 per month to cover the programming costs. Video programming continues to be one of the largest expenses of the cooperative and has grown to over $4.2 million in fees for the year. These pass-through fees are turned over directly to the video programming companies, such as NBC, Fox. All of the networks require a fee to provide their video programming to each household. TC is now moving into a streaming platform on their cable TV offerings, and you will be hearing more on the video streaming through our website and future newsletters. We want to give people more options to view their video in a manner that they would like to, with maybe without some of the wires and the cords required. This past year, the bandwidth usage on our internet backbone increased by 30% with the additional internet subscribers, streaming only options of programming, including some of the NFL games. The cooperative has worked hard to ensure all members are enjoying the highest broadband speeds through our fiber optic network. The services we provide are critical to the well-being of our members and their communities. We understand the advantages and opportunities that a gigabit broadband speeds and a high-capacity fiber optic network brings to our rural communities. As Kristen mentioned earlier, TCC is expanding into unserved competitive territories with state grants, partnerships, and TCC capital. In the spring of 21, TCC was awarded Wisconsin Public Service broadband expansion grants for expansion into the town of Drummond in Eau Claire County, Newcomb Valley near Arcadia and Trempealeau County. Both areas have been completed, and we're happy to be serving members in those areas. In the fall of 2021, TCC was awarded the Wisconsin Public Service ARPA expansion grants for the town of Naples in Buffalo County and the town of Alma in Jackson County. Services are currently being connected in the town of Naples, and in the town of Alma, we're currently building out the network and looking forward to providing services to that area as well. We're doing some site visits and such in that area. In July of 2022, TCC was awarded a Wisconsin PSC expansion grant to connect subscribers in the town of Pleasant Valley in Eau Claire County, and construction in this area will begin this year in the construction season. On Friday, December 30th, TCC sold the TCC Business Office building to Central Builder Supply of Independence. This was the office on the east side of the original TCC customer service office. Our customer service team has moved back to the west side of the building at the same location. When we originally purchased that building, the portion of the building that once was held Independent State Bank's office, we had envisioned having a retail presence for our customers for computers, television, video monitoring, etc. And in addition to that, we were a Verizon agent. Over time, with the growth in e-commerce, we simply didn't have the scope and scale to be competitive in that retail area and decided to sell the building. And we look forward to continuing to serve you in Independence and Strum as well. So we're not leaving the community. We're there for you to support you just as we have in the past. So we appreciate your patience with that process and congratulate the Central Builder Supply on the building. Network security is a complicated but an important subject. TCC management has a well-trained staff that takes every preventative measure to protect the integrity of our network and the data. We continue to develop a comprehensive company-wide plan to manage our cyber risks and to ensure our network is resistant and resilient from cyber attacks. Continuing education of our staff is key in our risk management to guard against new threats. So we're constantly trained on what to look for and things to certainly not click on in emails. It is imperative that we keep that very lifeline of our business and your services secure. Reports of scamming and cyber attacks circulate daily. Please protect yourself by setting strong passwords and changing them often, keeping your operating system, browser, and antivirus software up to date to help yourself in guarding against fraudulent activity. Always, and I repeat, always verify the authenticity of requests from companies or individuals by contacting them directly. If you get a call or a request for cash or personal information, please call whether it's your financial or Tri-County, whoever's they're representing call them directly to make sure that it's legitimate. Earlier in the video, before the meeting, you were given a peek at the new look of our TCC logo. Please stay tuned as we begin to share our purpose, mission, and vision statement in the upcoming days. On behalf of the Board of Directors and employees, it's an honor and a privilege to serve our membership. If you should have any questions regarding my report or any of our products and services, please do not hesitate to call me. Thank you.
Thanks, Cheryl. We will now open the polls for voting on the approval of the cooperative report. Please vote now. The results are in and the ayes have it. At this time, I would like to thank the nominating committee for all the work they have done and recognize the candidates for election this year. In the Oliva-Strom district, Gary Gibson and Russ Carlisle were nominated. In the Independence district, Robert Audie Becker and Robert Bob Gunderson were nominated. Having received, verified, and counted all ballots returned to the cooperative in regard to the 2023 election for directors, '23 election for board of directors. Dustin.
Thank you, President Carlisle, and thank you to all the members who participated in the director elections this year. The ballots have been counted and verified by the cooperative. We had over 470 ballots returned in the Oliva-Strom district and over 340 ballots returned in the Independence district. After verifying the results, I am happy to report that Russ Carlisle has been elected as director for the Oliva-Strom district, and Robert Audie Becker has been elected for the Independence district. Congratulations to Mr. Carlisle and Mr. Becker. I will now turn the floor back over to President Carlisle for a vote on the approval of the director election results.
Thank you, Dustin. We will now open the polls for voting for the approval of the director election results as presented. Please vote now. The results are in and the ayes have it. Congratulations to the elected directors and thanks to those who put time in campaigning. Our next item of business is old business. There's no old business to report. New business. There's no new business to report at this time. Next, I'll call on Kristen Carroll to announce the recipients of the 2023 TCC scholarships. Kristen.
Thank you. The 2023 scholarship winners are the following: Kira Chose, Ethan Bozick, Matilda Conkle, Veda Goplin, Paige Pronjinsky, Carson Martin, Aaliyah Machiria, Karsten Peterson, Cruz Potzner, Emily Wright, Chase Instanus, Jordan Stanislawski, Hazel Freiberg, Zoe George, Samantha Kidd, Carson Rijkowski, Kendra Sir, Kirsten Kinchy, Shay Hansen, Blake Herman, Jesse Thompson, Benjamin Picka, Savannah Shuttle Renew, William Mock, and Dustin Klinecki. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations to all the recipients. Before we adjourn, I would like to remind everyone that this meeting is being recorded and will be aired on WTCO, previously TCC TV, on channel 618 HD or channel 18 on basic cable. At this time, we will adjourn the 2023 annual membership meeting. I would like to thank those of you who have attended, and we look forward to seeing you next year at the 2024 annual membership meeting. And in closing, I'll let Cheryl see if she has any closing remarks. Thanks, everybody.
Yes, I just wanted to mention, I saw there were a couple of questions and on, as the meeting went, and we can get back to you on some of those. One was about the credit that will come in May. Just by logging in and having registered, we will know and we will verify, and you will see those credits. So there's nothing more that you need to do to get the credit on your May bill. And then there was one question very quickly when I talked about the town of Alma. You know, in Wisconsin, we don't have townships, we have town. And we're talking about the town of Alma that is near Alma Center, as someone had asked that question. So I just wanted to verify that. And the rest of the questions we'll get back to you on vote counts and those types of things. And again, I appreciate everybody calling in and giving all of us the opportunity to serve you. And it makes every day not feel like a work day, because we're very blessed to have all of you as members. So thank you and have a great evening.
Thanks, everyone. I assume we have covered all the agenda items. So at this point, we are adjourned, and thanks for tuning in.